Hey there, tarot people. We have our card of the day today, and the card that I drew this morning was this. Quite trash, this card. I can't let go of this old deck yet. So this is the Two of Pentacles. Now check out this juggler here who's standing on one foot, balancing these two dualistic pentacles of the world as he sees it and his relationship to the world. So twos are always about relationship, and this is the relationship that we have with the world, with the material world, with our physical body, with our health, with money. And we have this dualistic juggling that we're continuously doing in this world. It's impossible to stop doing it. There's always more things to do, there's always different things to do, there's always two things to do at the same time, there's always choices to be made, and there's this multitasking need that we've got to do this and we've got to do this and we've got to do that, and what's the best thing to do? With the energy of duality and this continuous relationship story that we're having with the world around us, and how it pulls our senses out there and attracting us to be stimulated in multi different ways, then we find ourselves like in a constant state of movement and a constant state of, oh, well, I'll do this right now, and then when I've done this, I'll do that, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do that. And we rarely stop, and we're very, we're taught to discipline ourselves and do one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, which is all fantastic and everything. But there is no balance in the doing factor. And if it's all about doing, and if our goals are always material in nature, then we're always going to be a little bit out of balance. There's always going to be this nature of standing on one foot and not really feeling very grounded in what we're doing. And it's difficult sometimes to be able to juggle different roles we have. We've got to be a parent on one side, we've got to go to work and have to show this face, we've got to be a friend here, we've got to be a son, a daughter, a mother, a father. We have these different roles that require us to juggle different aspects of of these relationships that we're having with life. And one of the key stories of this card is that the only real balance is found where the lemniscate here is lemniscate is joining in our heart. Yeah, this figure here represents the infinite energy, in that the duality is non-stop, this movement and this vibration back and forth and back and forth. The tick-tock of the pendulum is a continuous story that never stops, and it's unavoidable and is going to be seen and expressed in so many different ways inside of our lives. And it's a continuous story, and the only real place where this duality comes together is in our heart. Now, what does that really mean, practically wise? It means that we've got this choice and we've got this choice. What should we do? The only place that these two things come together is in our heart, where our heart says it's not so much about the what, but more about the how. So our heart is like saying, you can do that and you can do that, but what's most important is to do things with love, and to do things with passion, and to do things according to your moral values and your truth, and what is your deeper desire, and what feeds you, and what is important for you, and what feels right deep down inside. That's really the biggest guidance here. Then it doesn't really matter whether it's that or the other or something else. And a lot of the time when we have opportunities and when we have decisions to make, we have an A and a B option, and we're trying to pick out which is the most important, and we might pick A and then it doesn't work out and we feel disappointed, and then we realize, oh, I should have picked B. And then we pick B and then, oh, that didn't work out either. It's not so much about what is the best option, but how is the best option. It's about how we live and how we connect with ourselves. It's much more important than what we do, and that how will dictate what we do. And maybe A and B weren't the right choices anyway. Maybe C or D were, but you never really find C or D, or they don't really present themselves until you put yourself in the right space, and you get to maybe put both feet on the ground just for a minute and balance these two options up, center yourself in your heart, and stop trying to juggle too many things at the same time. The ships in the background here in the wavy sea shows that there's a kind of an emotional up and down and a bit of a turmoil here. And this happens a lot when people on the outside and the relationship with the world on the outside pulls us out of our heart center, which I can so relate to. And, you know, it happens to me a lot where the world on the outside just pulls me out and I'm like, yeah, but they really want me to come and do this. And do I really want to do it? You know, if I'm honest with myself, no. But do I want to disappoint them? No, I don't. So I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to do that, even though I'm disappointing myself and I'm not really living my life according to my heart. When in reality, it would be better to say, "Hey, nah, I don't want to. Thanks. I want to do this instead." There are all sorts of compromises in life, and this juggling is part of those compromises. We need to make compromises all the time, but the trickiest compromise to make is one where you're not paying attention to your heart. And if you make too many of those, well, that voice and that heart space and that passion and that and those values are going to be thrown out the window as you pay less attention to them, and you'll find your life will naturally go down a slippery slope if you don't choose to find that, and then you become a little bit emotionally unbalanced, and life will, and the boat will be rocked inside of your personal vibration zone, whatever you want to call it, into your lifestyle. Well, will be up and down all over the place. So grounding ourselves is kind of impossible on certain levels in this world, because this world's destined to go up and down. But we can find a balance if we are tuned into our heart, and our heart doesn't give a crap whether we go up and down. It enjoys the up and down if we're centered here, you know. So you can't really avoid that, you know, standing on one foot nature and moving from one thing to the other, but you can really center yourself in your truth, and this will give you a feeling of comfort inside of this dualistic discomfort. Anyway, hope it's a message that resonates with you today, whenever you hear this message, and enjoy and have a fantastic time. You know, like and comment, subscribe, and all those juicy bits. Share the word and share the love.